Hey, it's Rockin' Rick from 99X with Monique Alexander, who's going to be tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night at Deja Vu, Larry Flint's Hustler Club, doing 2 shows. And she is well known for being an adult film star, but we were just talking off air, and she's done so much more. So first of all, we'll go back in time a little bit, all right? We'll go back to the beginning. First, she was born in 1982.
Yes.
She's 5'5". Her hair today is, I've seen a lot of pictures of her, but I've never seen her hair look purple. I see blonde, and I see brunette, and I see black, and now I see purple.
Black? I've never been black.
Yeah, I saw a picture somewhere where it was dark brown then, if it wasn't black.
It was probably the purple, and it maybe just came off that way.
Okay, that
makes sense. The pictures, it comes off red as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And she's done, amazingly, 350
Jesus.
adult films. I mean, that's just, and I noticed right here, we'll go back to the beginning in a second, but I've got to mention this because this just happened. The AVN Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
You won that. When was that? A couple months ago? Or
that was in January. I've been in the business going on 16 years.
Right.
So finally, after so long and doing so many things, I finally got in there. I actually kind of had to harass him a little bit on Twitter and be like, hey, what's a girl got to do to get in the Hall of Fame? Like, yo, I've been in 15 years. I've done some cool stuff. What's up?
Well, let's go back to the beginning. You started at 18 years old. Yeah. Now, you were working at a restaurant or something like that, or you were receptionist?
I was a receptionist by day at an auto body shop and a stripper by night because I couldn't live off the $8 an hour I was making.
Right.
And then was doing that for a while and then had just quit the receptionist job, and an agent came into Sacramento, California, which was random, to the club I was in. It was like, oh, you want to be in Hustler and this and that. And I was like, okay, because I was new, so I wasn't jaded, and nobody had ever given me that spiel. So we took some Polaroids because that's old school. It's before digital cameras. I know I'm aging myself. Back when it was like VHS. And we sent him to a big photographer at the time. And, 16 years later, here I am.
So how long did you dance before you started doing films?
Only a couple months. I would say probably 3 or 4
Wow,
months.
that's a fast turnaround then. So
yeah.
And it looks like you did girl-on-girl films for the first 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough when I got in, magazines were still really big. The internet hadn't taken over yet. So I was a big magazine model, a big softcore, like the Skinamax you see on HBO and Cinemax. I did a lot of that stuff. And I had a girl contract right out of the beginning. And so that took up a year. And yeah, I went in it slow because I wanted to make sure, this is something that I'm going to have to live with for the rest of my life. So I wanted to get to know the business, the industry, the people, and be like, okay, is this something I'm going to do? I'm going to do it as a career, not just a fast paycheck.
Right. And I mean, Hotel Exotica, the Sex Spa,
yeah.
Things like that on Cinemax and HBO. I'm sure a lot of guys have seen those types of films, the soft porn. So you did a little bit of the soft porn, and then you got into a little harder porn. And then after about 3 or 4 years, you started doing guy on girl and threesomes and things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I did a lot of girl stuff for a long time, and then when I decided to make the side,
right, the switch,
the switch over to the boys, which was actually hard on a lot of fans because a lot of fans that got used to me just being a lesbian, and some people got a little mad,
right? Which
was crazy. They wanted it, and then you give it to them, and it's like, I was lucky enough to sign with Vivid, and so at the time they were at the height of their era, I should say. We had Jenna Jameson, Tara Patrick, and we had all the names at one point when I was a contract girl. So it was really cool. So when I decided to do The Boys on film, I had a Vivid contract for about 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then you actually got into some feature films, Spider's Web with Stephen Baldwin.
Oh, yeah, that's when he was young.
And that was in 2002, so we're still a ways back. I mean,
yeah.
That's still early on in your career then.
Yeah, that
so
was
you got a good opportunity early on in your career.
I had some pretty cool stuff. I did Entourage as well later on, and I actually ended up getting Taft-Hartley in to the Screen Actors Guild and getting my SAG card, which is huge for actors. And I had a lot of actor friends that were mad.
Again, we're talking with Monique Alexander, and she's well-rounded. We talked about that. She's not just an adult film star, and she's a nude model. She's done feature films. She's done HBO. She's done all kinds of stuff. And it really stuck out to me. You were involved with Fox News show Red Eye with Greg Gutfeld. And that's one of the shows I watch. And
wow.
This is going back to 2007.
Yeah.
But explain why you did that with Greg Gutfeld on Fox News.
Well, that was back in my Vivid days, so I got to do a lot of really cool stuff. I think I was actually on his show twice, if I remember correctly. I believe one was about sex education, and I don't remember the other one. It was so long ago. God, 10 years ago. Holy smokes.
Right. And
Wow.
we were talking about you're still doing that today, 10 years later. You're really educating kids.
Yes.
And one of your quotes is, "You better educate them before I do."
Yes.
So explain that. What currently are you doing on that end of it?
Well, I got a really amazing offer a couple months ago from a mainstream company, an ad agency that wanted to do something like this because nothing like that's out. And it's basically, a lot of kids, a lot of people think porn is what sex is like. And it's not like that at all. It's a fantasy. It's just like a movie, that you see on TV. It's a fantasy, and that's not how you should view sex, of how you should do it, in your personal life, unless obviously you've made those type of arrangements with your partner. But for the most part, it's all fantasy. It's all a job. It's all acting. And yes, it's a good time, but we're not sex education. We're not trying to teach your children how to have sex. So this little thing that we did is basically telling them, if you don't teach them, we're going to be their only way of finding out. So you need to have the talk with your children. Like, porn is a fantasy. This. We don't want to be your children's role models. We want you to tell your children, and you be their role models, and let them know about sex. Don't put it on us.
Right.
So it was really cool. I was really excited to do it. Nothing like that's really been done before.
I've never heard anything like that.
Yeah, I was really, really, really excited. I was really honored that I got asked to do it, and it's still pretty new and, just starting to get some coverage. So we're excited about it.
Well, good. When's I know you're doing 350 films.
I don't think I've really done that much, like, personally. After all the years,
Maybe
you get
compilations,
and
compilations.
You know what I mean? They take scenes from other things, but
Right.
I mean, after 16 years, I'm sure it might be close.
So what's the last film you did? How long ago was that?
The last thing I did. What is the last thing I did? I work a lot for browsers.com. It's like one of the biggest, internet companies out there, and I work for them. They're like my bread and butter mostly. I'm like their unofficial contract girl because I always work for them. So I'd say the last thing I did for them was a scene with two other girls, Alexis Fox and Rachel Starr, and Kieran Lee, and their token golden boy. And I'm not quite sure when that will be out, but that was the last thing I did for them. And then I just recently had a scene released on Browsers on the 20th that was a parody to Mad Men.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so it was really cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anything?
I don't know about those shoes back in the day, though. Ooh, those things were ugly.
Anything coming up that you've already signed that you're going to do maybe in the next 6 months that you already know you're going to do?
Yeah, we actually, back in May, Browsers did something called ZZ House, Browsers House. They brought 10 porn stars, girls, and 5 guys, and the girls all lived in a house together. And we did like sex competitions, and so it's going to air as episodes in September.
Wow.
So the fans it'll be 3 different episodes, and the fans have to vote. It's like reality TV. It's really cool. It was our second time shooting it because the first time we went, something happened, so we had to go back to it. So we talk a little bit about that. So make sure to tune in for that. It's really exciting. I'm excited for it.
Okay, so we'll go back to the beginning again real quick before we wrap it up.
Yeah.
Now, you started with Girl on Girl for 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
And then you got into some feature films and did some other things and started doing Guy on Girls.
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of scene when you do in a film?
My favorite type of scene is when it's people that enjoy what they're doing. That's what I love. Like the scene I just shot with Rachel Starr, Alexis Fox, and Kieran Lee. We all love sex. We all enjoy girls. And it wasn't like a competition. Everybody had fun. It was like aerobic, Olympics, like Circus Olay, because you have so many different elements. And it was just so hot and sexy. And I like scenes like that with the passion and the realness, not the fake oohs and ahs and all that jazz.
Right. So you'd rather do scenes with other females than guys then. I mean,
I love just doing the boy on girl, but I love females as well. Like I know
you say you're a true bisexual.
Yeah, I'm a true bisexual. I love women. I love everything about women. I hate doing scenes with women that feel like they're trying to show you up.
Right.
I like it when we all mesh and we're like all into each other's, aura and chi, and we're like, yes, let's get this. I just got goosebumps. I'm getting taken back.
That'll get you off for sure. Monique Alexander is speaking with me today on 99X, and I wanted to talk real quick about you've never been to Shreveport?
No, it's my first time. I'm really excited.
And you gambled last night, you said?
I did gamble a little bit.
And she won.
I did win.
That's gonna, that's
it was hard to walk away.
It's addictive.
Are you kidding me? I love the machines. Anything that spins, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna push a button and the wheel's going. I read a whole book called The Power of Habit, and it's like how you get habits, and it's like the signal that does this and then the reward, so you're like, ooh, the colors. I was like, walk away, Monique, walk away.
Well, she flew in last night. She flew in before the tropical storm came in, which is on top of us right now. Yeah. So it's raining hard outside. But make sure you get to one of the shows tonight, tomorrow, or Saturday down at Deja Vu, the Larry Flint's Hustler Club off Commerce Street, right? Actually on Commerce Street, off Spring Street. So go down 3 lights off I-20. Look to your right. You'll see a big neon sign right there on Commerce Street, and that's Larry Flint's Hustler Club. How do people get a hold of you? Facebook, Twitter, your website? I saw you on a website. Go ahead.
I do have an old school website. I wouldn't say join that because I don't really do much with it. I would say the biggest thing where you can see the most current content of me is onlyfans.com.
Onlyfans.com.
Yeah, /Monique Alexander, but without the R at the end.
Okay.
It's basically my Twitter handle, which is also Monique Alexander. My name was too long for Twitter. Whoops, too bad. I like things long. And then also I have Snapchat, which is Momo-Alexander, and Instagram, Real Monique Alexander. Those are the best ways.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Monique Alexander going to be in the Deja Vu tonight, tomorrow night, and Saturday night. Make sure you appear one of those nights and meet her. Maybe get an autograph. Maybe get a picture with her.
Yeah, or lap dance.
And lap dance, yeah. So make sure you
free hugs.
That's right. Her first time in Shreveport. Make her feel welcome. Come on.
Please.
All over the Architects. Make sure you make the trip to Larry Flint's Hustler Club.
Yes.
Monique, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks so much for having me.
No problem. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too.
Okay. Bye bye.